Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I'm going to be unboxing the magic item cards. Of course, the magic items being from the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide. Magic item cards are made by Gale who made the spellbook cards of all the different classes, and I have pretty much all the classes, so these have so far been like a nice laminated card. Hopeful for basically similar thing with this. But basically it's 292 durable laminated cards for a horde of magical weapons, armor, and other wondrous items. Game statistics on one side, evocative art on the other. Let's check them out. Okay, so that is a lot of cards. Okay. Yeah, a lot of cards. I guess I might as well pre-stab this side's plastic as well. So let's start with this one, because alphabetically that would be what would make sense, right? Oh, where did I stab it? Right there. Okay. I will have to break these down into manageable stacks. Yes, I can hear that's that same lamination. Rounded corners, adamantine armor, description. Armor is what it is, the types that it can be, rarity, description. Okay, there's a nice simple one. Alchemy jug. So a little more complex, wondrous item, but still all fits on there. Of course, in general, and they do mention if they require attunement here. In general, art is all from the book. Okay, so here's one. Nice legendary apparatus of Qualish, which, yeah, is not going to fit on the back of a card. But they have basic information and then the page number for Dungeon Master's Guide. Okay, so in general, okay, here is a bit of note. Armor plate. Okay, I guess it's supposed to be the shield here. Okay, because not every piece of equipment is drawn out. Bags. So yeah, some of these are going to boots of levitation. Okay, so that is an important thing to be aware of. Some of the time, you're going to get a generic piece of art for an item, but it still, of course, has the information, which is the key thing. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see some of these have, like, general... I absolutely love it. That is fantastic. At first, I pulled this up like my first thought was, this is stupid. What have they done? What have they done wrong? It's a cloak of invisibility. That is absolutely fantastic. That is great. Oh, that made me so happy. Cloak of invisibility. Oh. Yeah. A lot of the items, like here, are pieces of armor that did have art individual for them, so they do have their own art for some of the armors. course. And it is also important to note, like, I see this. It's an elemental gem, and you have all 4 of these on one card. And I mean, that's basically, this is 4 different items that work very similarly. They don't have individual cards for each. It is 1 card for all of them. And, oh, let me just do that to make sure they'll separate. But figurines of wondrous power do have their own cards, so that's not the case with all of them. Although, admittedly, you know, these basically fill up a card on their own. So, basically, just looking at what items, I guess, got included. Nope. Okay. I thought for a second, I thought there was art for those gloves, but it was this art that I was thinking of. Because, like, you know, that's basically one of my thoughts is. At the same point, like, I don't recognize this art at all. Like, I don't know if that's in the book or not. Maybe I've just not noticed it, but yeah. It's like, in general, part of me is like, yeah, they kind of, okay. Now, they could have figured out which iron stone was which. Pale lavender ellipsoid. Although, I guess if they would have done that, not all of them would have been represented, because there's a bunch of iron stones, but they do basically give the iron stones each their own, card. So that's cool. It's it largely for me. It's first off, yeah, it's great for helping me as a dungeon master have quick and easy access to magic items. That I might want to basically have enemies use until the party maybe kills them and earns them that way. But then it's also a nice, easy way to hand out equipment. So, carrying on. Oh, no, it's still stuck together with them. But yeah, in general, I feel like Oathbow is a weapon, not a wondrous item. Right? Yeah. Oathbow, weapon, longbow. Very rare. So, it's not like there aren't typos. The fact that I just arbitrarily discovered that as I'm going through leaves me a little concerned. I feel like this image is going to be overused. I'm very concerned that that image is going to get overused for potions. Okay. I do appreciate that they were willing to do that, since the art for that was a whole page, and nope, they didn't. Yeah, a lot of potions, a lot of the same piece of art. Which, I mean, the book has this page of potion art, well established to contain many of the potions. They could have used this page instead. But no, they used a general potion bit. Okay, so the Rings of Elemental Command each get their own cards. So they did, for some of them, separate them out, which I certainly appreciate. And of course, many of the cards try to stick together. But maybe you can tell by the fact that I'm able to know when to pull them apart. It's pretty easy to feel when you get two cards sticking together. Just the thickness is noticeable. And the final little stack here, just in general, at this point, you get the idea of what the cards do, but I figure I'll keep going through in case there's any certain things you're like, do they have art for that? Did they separate items out? I figure I'll just let you see all that's in here. That's another one. That's another one that's basically, that art isn't, I mean, it's not like a piece of art that's in the game, and they only give a very basic bit of what it does, but just choosing to represent it like that was much better than generic art, and I do appreciate. Okay, so general weapon image. Tombs. Actually, I'm wondering, do we get any artifacts? I mean, obviously they wouldn't be complete. Okay, but things like this, the Wand of the War Mage, +1, +2, or +3, is all one card. Same for like weapon. And no, we don't get any of the, none of the artifacts or anything after, you know, none of those extra fancy ones. But still, good deal. It's a lot of cards. Obviously, we've had magic items that have been added in adventure paths and in extra books. Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, of course, is the one that has a bunch to come to mind. There were also some common ones in, was it Xanthar's? So I hope at some point that they do, you know, come up with expansions that are like, hey, here's a bunch of them from other books. But in general, makes it nice and easy to hand things out and to use as a dungeon master. Just for me, as a dungeon master, if I just have a stack of cards, basically, I already, if they have, I have little stacks of spell cards where I will arrange them, and then they're like alternate after so many, and it's just different characters' spells, and it allows me to quickly grab and, okay, so this is this character, flip through on their turn, set it down. This is this character, flip through, end of their turn, set it down. And just kind of go through like that. So, basically this allows me to add to it if that character also has magic items, do that, or if it's a character that doesn't have spells, they can have their own stack for their turn, and I just kind of arrange them in their turn as needed. Makes it very easy with spells, and it'll make it a lot simpler with magic items, and of course some of them say reference the book. It's a quick reference to tell you what page to turn to, and at least it gives you a basic idea to help jog your memory during the session itself. But then also just cool to hand out to players. You know, I've had times where I have physically typed out what items do to make things that I can, give to them. Other times I just sort of hand them the book and make them write it on their sheet. But this is just quicker, easier, it works. Yeah, so I guess be aware, not all the art is completely unique. It's, they say evocative art. It's more evocative for the art that is actually in the Dungeon Master's Guide, not so much so for other things. Although Cloak of Invisibility has the perfect art. yeah, I'll link down below if you can, where you can check it out if you want to purchase it online. Of course, you'll probably find it still at your friendly local gaming store. Support those. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.